What's going on, guys? Today we have another scary video compilation by the channel BizarreBub. I just chose this video at random, so I have no idea what's in it. I don't know what kind of focus it's going to have, like if it's just going to be all ghost videos. Usually his videos are like ghost related, so I guess that's what we can expect to see here. But as always, I'm here with my friend Bill. Say hi, Bill. And we will be giving our opinions on whether these clips are fake or not. So let's get started.
The following footage shows a store employee who's working late at night when something terrifying happens.
Damn, she's hauling ass.
Martinez215, the person who suggested the video,
Camera
writes,
move too.
This video comes from the owner of a store in Mexico. The store itself has a history of strange occurrences, some of which are really disturbing. But this one is by far the most disturbing thing that's happened. This is what was captured.
What? Oh no, the ghost has got her foot! It's got her foot! Camera moves on its own? Question mark? Sounds like she's crying. What if he got his foot grabbed too? Like, well, I believe you. I believe you, something happened. It's always like that too. Have you guys noticed, like, I loved watching all of those scary shows like on the Discovery Channel and stuff. And a lot of the things are, the one thing that a lot of those scenarios or a lot of these ghost stories have in common is that the like woman in the story sees all the ghosts, or like the woman and the children like see all the creepy stuff in the house, and the husband's just like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. And it's like that for like 8 months, where the husband's just like, I don't know, I don't see anything. And then like fucking after living there for a year, and the wife's like, I'm gonna leave you. He's like, wait a second. I saw something yesterday. I swear I saw something. I believe you. And then, they like move out of the house or whatever, right? But he's like back there and he's not going to see anything. Probably. Yeah, look, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Needless to say, the store owner who appears on camera was left baffled. Given the history of strange occurrences that have taken place at the store, viewers believe that a malevolent force is responsible for this terrifying encounter.
Okay, so here is my cynical thought. Whenever I see anything that's supposed to be ghost-like, and we don't get a whole picture of like everything, like, so this view of the camera, obviously this view of the camera is only giving us what we see here, but we can't see what's off camera to the right. So I think it's entirely possible that she has some sort of like fishing line, something tied around her ankle, and someone's just like pulling her. That's entirely possible, right? And we can't see it. And when she runs off camera, either they let go of the line, or the line is just long enough with enough slack to allow her to run off camera. That's immediately where my brain goes. So even if this particular incident is real, my brain is automatically going to the logical explanation, or like, how would somebody with a logical brain look at this? And that is just, well, someone could just tie some fucking fishing line to her ankle and pull her off like the fucking screen, and then let go of it when she gets up to run away. It's as simple as that, right? And in some places, having like a haunted building is like, it can be good for publicity, right? It can be like good to like bring in customers or whatever. I don't know what this fucking place is. I don't remember what they said it was. But it can be good. It can be good for business. I guess in some instances it could be bad for business, but if there is like an obvious explanation to something, then I can't immediately jump to, it's a ghost, right? So, I don't know. What do you think, Bill?
Looks like that ghost has a foot fetish.
Whatever, dude. You never have anything important to say?
But of course, what do you think? Could this be footage of a supernatural force, or a stunt that was pulled off using practical effects? Is it real or fake? Feel free to let me know what you think.
Practical effects.
Ashley Rain and her fiance are away from home when their security camera
I've
inside
seen
their
this.
apartment
This video is
captures
creepy.
something disturbing. Ashley writes, We were moving out of our apartment and caught this on our camera. My cat won't take its eyes off of it. This is what she caught.
It looks like it's peeking sideways. Its fingers look really long too. You can kind of like make out fingers. Why did they zoom in on it? It makes it harder to see.
There appears to be someone or something peeking at the cat.
Okay, so I think the weirdest thing about this clip is when whatever this thing is, it reaches its fucking hand up to the top of the door, and when it does that, it reaches pretty far. And like if you were to imagine a human in that position and them like reaching for the door the way that it reaches for the door, you would probably see like their forearm, right? Like passing, it would come into frame. You would see like their forearm, but you don't see their forearm here. You just see that fucking hand like move up and around the corner. I'm trying to imagine in my head if it would be possible for them to put their hand there up at the top without you being able to see like forearm. If I'm trying to logically explain this, I'm thinking that there could be 2 to 3 people involved here, right? So somebody could be like holding the person in their arms, and so they're like completely sideways like that, peeking sideways. They could just be turning their head like this. And they're peeking their head around the corner, because why would a ghost like behave this way? I don't know. When I think of a ghost, do you think ghosts just like walk around doing shit like this? I don't know. It's fucking weird. Anyway, you just like, so like someone's holding them in their arms and they're peeking around the corner like this, and then they move them up and down, or the person just, moves themselves up and down. And then the third person, there could be a third person, or a second person, it could just be 2 people, puts their hand up top to make it look like their arm has like this really long, like their arm is extremely long and can like stretch that far without you being able to see like the forearm of this creature or whatever it is. I don't know, man. Whenever it's just really over the top creepy, it just screams fake to me. But at the same time, this is also kind of hard to explain away. So it's a little in between,
From behind the doorway. But it does so in a very strange manner. It seems to be peeking sideways, with its hands gripping the doorway's frame on one side.
Kind of wish it wasn't zoomed in.
But, as if that wasn't creepy enough, it seems to ascend and then disappear.
Okay, you see its hand, how its hand goes to the top?
Frame on one side. But, as if that wasn't creepy enough, it seems to ascend.
You can kind of see like a forearm for a second when it reaches up, and then it turns like this. But this is what I mean. If you think of this as being 2 people, someone's holding the person, and then the other person's doing this stuff, it's really not that ridiculous. They go to turn and lift themselves up, and the other person just helps pick them up. It could be like a guy and his girlfriend, and the girlfriend could be like relatively small, so it's not like hard for them to pick them up. You know what I'm saying?
And then disappear. Both Ashley and her fiance,
because the ghost doesn't really like go all the way up when it disappears. It just goes back into the bathroom.
have no clue as to what this could have been. Now, this could be someone who had broken into their apartment, but there's something odd about this person, and what they do seems physically impossible for anyone to do. Viewers think that this might be a ghost or some other entity, but as always, I'll leave it to you to decide as to what this is.
I mean, I kind of refuse to believe that ghosts behave this way, because if I start thinking that this is what ghosts are doing in their free time, I'm not going to be able to fucking sleep at night, you know?
It's a good thing Ashley is moving out, as I doubt she'd want to stay there after seeing this. A famous singer named Mellow LV is recording a video of herself and a friend when something downright creepy is caught on camera. The singer had posted the video on her Instagram, not knowing she had captured something frightening in the background. It wasn't until viewers had started commenting on her post, saying they were scared, that she saw what it was that they had seen. As you might expect, she too was left unsettled by this footage. This is the video she took. Be sure to look very closely for this one, or you'll miss it.
I am looking. I don't see anything.
Hey guys! It's super hot in Vancouver today, and me and Joanna are just waiting for our friend who is super late to come today. And if you guys see this video, take a look at how nice the drink, the cute girl, and how nice the pool
dude.
is.
Fucking gross.
Right now, and join us.
Oh, that is gross. It's probably some fucking pervert,
Okay,
right?
you know what?
A face can be seen hiding in the bushes and observing the singer and her friend. The strange thing about this face, though, is that it seems to have eyes that are blacked out or no eyes at all. But what's even more strange about this encounter is that when the camera pans back to where the face was seen after panning away, the face is no longer there. Now that's creepy. It isn't clear as to who or what this could have been, but it could be that someone had broken into the singer's home and hid in the bushes. As for the face,
I mean, would they have to break in? It kind of looks like they could just be a neighbor, like they just jump a fence and then they're just right there. I mean, I would probably chalk that up to like a fucking pervert, right? Or like a peeping Tom, or it could even just be a curious kid. It could be like a fucking 9-year-old kid who's just like looking in, like, what are they doing? And then he saw them with their phone and then ducked behind again, It just so happened that he did it in like a frame. I guess it's kind of strange. What's weird is that it only appears for like a second. So I think you don't see it at first. Like when she's like first recording herself, unless if her head's blocking where the kid was, or I'm saying kid, person.
face, it could be that this was a mask worn by the intruder. But according to sources, the singer lives in a gated community with plenty of security. It would be impossible for anyone to break in without being caught by authorities. So, with that said, if this wasn't someone who broke in, then who was this? Viewers can't shake the thought of this being a ghostly encounter, and paranormal experts also agree. Whether ghost or not,
I do have to say, one thing that's strange about the face is it doesn't look like what you would expect a face to look like if it were like there in person. You know what I mean? Like, because if someone was actually hiding in the bushes, it would have like this more realistic, like shadowing to it. It would look like blended into the bushes more. This face, it almost looks like it's plastered on top of the bushes. I've had a couple of ghost encounters in my life. Maybe I'll make a separate video talking about them. But I've had some where a couple of them I was very, very young. So my recollection of them is very hazy. But from what I do remember from a couple of them was that they seem like they can almost seem like two-dimensional. Like they just are like I'm saying here, plastered on top of like the existing world and not like blended into it like people are. We're like three-dimensional. We have the shadowing, we have the lighting that like reflects off of our face. You know what I mean? But like ghosts are weird. And I could have been some crazy kid with fucking, who knows? Maybe I had some sort of childhood schizophrenia, but maybe it would have gone away. Who knows? I also had a ghost encounter when I was around 17 years old as well. But yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in a video about that kind of stuff, I can make a video about it at some point. Maybe I will anyway. But yeah, so what I'm saying is this one thing that I've seemed to have noticed with some ghost things is that they can, with them looking like they're plastered on top of things, it can, one, make it almost seem fake, right? Because it's like, oh, why doesn't it look like it has like real lighting? Because it, looks like it's just on top of the world. And that's just because, or it could be because of the ghosts just don't react with the lighting. There was actually in the previous compilation we did, the compilation video we did before, the very first video in it, there's a video of a little girl who comes out of a room and then a shadow figure that walks by. And it looks like a little kid wearing like a Batman costume or something, right? But it's supposed to be like, oh, this is creepy. There's a creepy ghost kid walking by. I actually went back and watched that video, and you can actually see when that ghost kid walks by, he has a shadow like a human would. So the person who was filming it would have seen it, and so it was fake. It was obvious. It was more fake than I even noticed the first time I watched it. But yeah, the fact that this little face is like plastered on there kind of gives it some legitimacy, but at the same time, I can't imagine it. Like, why would somebody go back and like edit this and put this face in there? So yeah, it could be a ghost, could just be a pervert.
This video
Who knows?
is pretty creepy.
On to number 3, baby.
A general contractor for a house is recording inside the property when something very unsettling is caught on camera. The house contractor was shooting a promotional video for anyone who would be interested in purchasing the house.
Ooh,
But
not with
after
that
reviewing
pink.
the footage, the contractor found it necessary to take the house off the market. The reason for canceling the selling of the house is evident in the footage. This is what he caught.
I don't believe him. That's weird. Why would you take the house off the market because of that?
The reflection of what appears to be a dark silhouette can be seen in the room's mirror. The contractor is certain that nobody was inside the room at the time of this recording. If no one was inside, then who?
That's not a mirror. That's a window, right? Am I on drugs? Like, that's a window. That looks to me like a silhouette of somebody who's either behind him or in the room to the right of him. I mean, it's hard to say because of the angling of the camera. But that looks like what it would look like if somebody walked past sunlight coming into the room where, like, where the cameraman's standing and walking past like the window like that.
Who or what was this? Now, it could be that the contractor had mistaken his own reflection for a shadowy figure. It might have been himself that he caught on camera as opposed to something else. However, if we look back at the footage when the contractor had entered the room, his reflection isn't seen, meaning that this had to be something else. The figure also appears to be moving as the contractor stays in place. Whatever was caught on camera remains a mystery. So, could this be genuine footage of a ghost? Or is it something else?
I don't know, man. That's way too... It's strange. It's kind of strange, right? It's kind of what we were just talking about a second ago, about ghosts and them having shadows and light, like being able to have a shadow. Because what looks like what's happening here is like, if that was a ghost, why would its shadow only show in the window, unless if it's outside the window and it's like walking past the window? But like, wouldn't you just see it like in the room, like walking past the window or whatever? It's weird that this figure seems to only exist within the reflection of the window. So yeah, I don't know, man. Ghost, I feel like if we had more of a image of like the layout of what this room looked like and what was going on behind him, we could have a better idea. I don't know. I don't know if I would chalk that up to ghosts. I feel like it's so weird to me that who goes through this footage and like finds these things, Sometimes I watch some of these videos and I'm like, dude, who is going through like this raw footage and then like so hard that they see that like, oh my God, that's a ghost. I feel like I wouldn't even have noticed it. I would have ignored it, or I would have just automatically assumed it was somebody else walking by the window. I never would have considered that it was a ghost. And it makes me think that people who are going out of their way looking for ghosts will accept anything as a ghost, or they pre-planned it and, you know, to point it out to other people, like they went out of their way to try to make it seem like a ghost. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. Bill, we haven't heard from you in a while. Got any input?
Don't bother me.
That's what I thought.
Watch the video again and decide for yourself. Crazy Carla submitted the following image and writes, "This picture was taken years ago by the parents of the child seen in the photograph. They did not notice anything unusual about the photo until recently. It goes without saying, but the parents were terrified after seeing the thing behind their child."
What is it with these cameras and these ghosts with their glowing eyes?
The thing behind the child is something you'd see during an episode of sleep paralysis. Now, because there isn't much info on the photo, I can't think of anything to explain this. But, as with all videos, I'll leave it to you to figure this one out.
Yeah, that's creepy. That's definitely creepy. It reminds me of the photo we looked at in the last video where there was a woman's face over the edge of the fence and her eyes were glowing in the picture. And it's funny that this thing is all black, but the only thing that's glowing are the eyes, which is a little weird, right? Because like we discussed in the last video, why would ghosts have, why would their eyes have a reflection to light? Because that would imply that they exist within the world. Like you would be able to see them, right? Like their eyes are physical, so they're interacting with the light of the camera. Or it could very well be that ghosts just and light, I don't know, live on some other like plane of existence. Who the fuck knows, right? But it's just like, I don't know, maybe the shadow was there already and then somebody like put the little white dots on top of it. Like they scanned the photo into the computer, put the little white dots and called it a day. Kind of want to look at that from a bigger like this. Like, could that be the shadow of the kid? What do you guys think? Could that be the shadow of the kid, but maybe like slightly altered? It honestly could just be the silhouette of the kid and somebody put the two eyes on it. And the eyes are like really close together and small. Like it's kind of weird. But what do you guys think? The lighting of the picture looks like it's coming from the right. Like somebody took it from this. I don't know. The kid he's looking sharp though. I like his little outfit.
Now, because there isn't much info on the photo, I can't think of anything to explain this. But, as with all videos, I'll leave it to you to figure this one out.
That's just his grandma being extra creepy.
The following segment features a set of videos of strange occurrences that have taken place inside a home. Very little information is given on these videos, but each one speaks for itself. Each video was shot in a room where most of the activity takes place. It is for this reason that a camera was placed inside to capture these strange occurrences. Yet, it seems that with each occurrence, the activity gets worse. Out of all incidents, the fifth occurrence is probably the creepiest of them all. This is what was captured.
Poltergeist videos to me are the easiest ones to write off as fake. Like, okay, so you saw that she shut the door. It sounded like she shut the door pretty hard. So when she shut the door that hard, that little bag the stuff on there could have just slid. Because why would it wait? Why would the ghost wait for the second you leave the room for shit to move? You know what I mean? Like, oh, she left the room. I'm gonna fuck with this bag now. That looks to me like she slammed the door pretty hard and the bag just slipped a little. once again with stuff like this, when the cameras aren't getting the whole picture, literally somebody could be standing here to the right off camera and pulling stuff off with strings, whatever, right? Like that is literally what my mind goes to anytime I see any poltergeist video. They're always shot in a way where you can't see the whole room. And so it's like, dude, why somebody could literally just be fucking yanking this shit off the shelf with some wires or some strings or whatever. Brr. The fuck was that? Was that the light bulb? Yeah, the light bulb literally got pushed down and out. Dude, I'd be concerned that there's a pervert in my attic trying to watch me take a shower at that point. And why would she react like that? You know what I mean? Like any normal human being would walk in, if they heard something crash and they walked downstairs or whatever, walked into the room and they saw that the light had fallen out of the ceiling and broken on the floor or whatever, your normal reaction would be like, fuck, now I got to get this shit fixed or whatever, you know? But the reaction of her walking in and immediately like, oh, maybe it's a ghost, makes it seem less legitimate. Makes it seem a little fake to me. It could just be that she's had all these unnatural occurrences in her house or whatever for so long that her brain immediately goes to that and she automatically starts freaking out, which could very well be the case because they have these cameras set up and they're watching this shit. But yeah, I don't know.
Алло, привет. Ты в обед что не приедешь, нет? Во сколько? Ага, ладно, все, давай.
It's the last clip that's hard to explain. Somehow, the garment in the basket appears to throw itself into the washer. Now, it could be that the video is playing in reverse,
yeah,
making it seem as though it threw itself in when it actually fell into the basket. But even if the video wasn't reversed, it doesn't explain how the laundry fell into the basket.
Well, it's much easier to pull a piece of clothing out of the dryer into a basket with a string off camera. It's much easier to do that and then reverse it to make it look like it's going in than the other way around, right? Like it'd be really hard. It makes it much harder to fake throwing the piece of clothing into the laundry or into the dryer or washer or whatever that is.
Viewers can't seem to explain this final clip and believe that this, as well as the rest of the clips, might be footage of a poltergeist in action. But what do you think? Was a ghost caught on camera? Or was this something else?
Why doesn't the clip play out all the way? As
always, feel free to share what you think.
I'm pretty sure the clip, I don't know why it's stopping there. I don't know, dude. I think my stance on poltergeist stuff is always going to be like, it's bullshit unless if I'm there experiencing it myself, because there are just so many ways for people to fake it. And if people are already like setting up cameras all around their home and trying to make like a fucking YouTube channel out of it or whatever, or like make videos out of it, you know, I don't know, dude, then they're probably willing to go out of their way and like make some fake ghost shit happen too, you know?
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
Thanks for watching, dudes. BizarreBub. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. He's got a lot of good videos. I really like this one. There was some pretty decent ones in here. A couple of them were creepy. I've seen a lot of these. It's kind of weird because he's got a ton of these videos, and I haven't seen like the majority of them. But I think when it comes to ghost clips, whenever there are popular ones, they usually get thrown all around the internet, on Reddit, on TikTok, on Twitter, whatever, and then on every single like horror compilation that exists online. So I've seen some of them. Honestly, I don't think we saw a single one tonight that you probably couldn't explain away. You know? I think that's going to be the case with most of these, which is why I wanted to start this series, because like I said, so many people watch these ghost videos and are like, I can't explain it. It's just the scariest shit I've ever seen. And in reality, most of it is pretty easily explainable. At the very least, you got to have some sort of skepticism because of the fact that they're being filmed in a way where you can't see everything, you know? But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If you like this video, make sure you let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe for more scary-related content. I have videos of me playing scary games. I get scared very easily. I'll be doing more of these compilation videos, mostly just because I enjoy doing them. And like I said earlier, if you guys want to see a video of me talking about my personal ghost experiences, I will gladly do that, and I might do it anyway. But yeah, thanks for chilling, dudes, and I'll see you later.